Hey everybody, welcome back to more Monster Hunter World. Last time we made it to the Wildspire Waste. And I managed to kill the Barroth, which I'm actually very happy about because I really like the Barroth. And we managed to get some giant slab of swords that apparently came off Zora Magdaros. I don't know. Anyway, this time we did get another quest to go into the Wildspire Waste, so I do want to do that. I've already prepared the quest to go. And I also did pick up a couple of quests off screen. So, yeah, this should definitely be fun. Then stamina plus 25, this defense up S. Okay, I'll take it. So, let's go to the trade yard. Because if memory serves me right, the commander had something for us, and yes, he did. Okay, let's see what he has to say. The man you saw used to be with the First Fleet. He was the Commission's only Wyverian. Oh, that's its race. Okay, Hunter. Truth is, he's essential to our mission here, but some time ago we lost track of the fellow. One moment he said he'd discovered the secrets of this continent, and the next he's gone. I tried to go with him, but he wouldn't have it. You're the first to have seen him since. Part of me is furious with him for leaving, but honestly, now I'm just glad to hear he's okay. If he said not to worry, then I won't worry. He'll return to us when he's good and ready. Thanks for the heartening news. I mean it. Okay, I'll take it. And also, I did switch to the, I believe this is the Kudu Yaku's dual blades. I'm not entirely sure. I'm pretty sure it was the Kudu Yaku's dual blades. So, let's talk to him. So, huh. Okay. Alright, manage items. Okay. Crap. I don't know whether or not I'm actually going to need that. So let's store all of these. Don't need that. So how do I... Okay, sorts items is R3. Okay. So let us go. I don't know what to expect, but hey, we'll see. Yeah, to be completely honest with you, even though so far I will admit the pros outweigh the cons for World so far, I'm not impressed. Even though I do admit the pros outweigh the cons. Personally, it hasn't left quite the impression on me that
Let's look for the scholar. He must have left some kind of trail.
If I can talk, that would be nice, game. Anyway, actually, hang on, can I okay, so I can... Okay. Anyway, actually, I do want to use the well-done steak to increase my stamina. Wow, and I thought the freaking... Wow, I thought the freaking... Okay, so where would this little guy be? Hang on, what's over here? Quicksand patch, okay. Wait, what? Hang on, what's over here? I am aware that this is the camp that we saw the guy at the end of the last video. But why does it have a exclamation point but next to it? Huh. Oh well, we'll see. Anyway. Actually, do I really? One thing I actually do really like about World so far, the fact that they finally got rid of the loading screens in the areas, I mean. I am so glad they finally got rid of that. Like, wow, why did it take them so long? I know that not everyone...
Is that the scholar? What's that he's sitting next to? It looks like a...
What's this? Crap. What is that?
God, don't let him find me. Don't let him find me. Oh, I saw it.
Saw what?
No, the Juratotus. That didn't kill the Baroth. It was,
So yes, it was the Jiro, whatever his name was. Don't tell me we're supposed to hunt that thing. Why are we supposed to hunt this thing? Oh, whatever. It'll make an interesting new monster, I hope. Jiruratatos?
Hunt that Juratotus.
Okay.
Proceed with caution.
So it seems to be basically the...
You're stuck in the mud. Get yourself out of that gunk before you do anything else.
So it seems like the Jiro, however you pronounce it, is the mud element just like the Baroth. But unlike the Baroth, it seems like it's focusing exclusively on the mud. Why? I mean, true, do not get me wrong. I like the fact that the Baroth had mud capabilities. It's one of the things that makes the Baroth such an interesting monster. But... what? With the Jiro, however you pronounce it, it just seems completely random. Like, what? Maybe there's lore sensibilities for why he's mud elements, but what? There's nothing about his design that screams mud monster. Whereas, at least for me personally, when I first saw the Baroth, that instantly screamed mud monster because it just had a design that screamed mud. It looks like it belongs using the mud element. Whereas the Jiro, however you pronounce it, I just don't get that vibe. I don't know, maybe it's just me. I personally don't get that vibe. Maybe I'm not alone. I don't know. For all I may very well know, I might actually be alone, and I'm the only one that doesn't think that you know. And crap, I should probably sharpen my weapon. Okay. Come on. Okay. Whetstone. Thank you very much for not killing me while I was trying to sharpen my weapon. Yeah, as much sense as the monster trying to interrupt you when you're sharpening your weapon makes. Yeah, it's so inconvenient, especially with how long, at least in the 3DS games, sharpening your weapon took. It just... with how long sharpening your weapon took in the previous games, when the monster tried to interrupt your sharpening of your weapon, it was so inconvenient. Okay, to be fair, that's pretty much to be expected because, you know, it's freaking... okay, whatever. Oh, no, you don't. Come on. Yeah, hell, his moveset doesn't even seem that interesting. Wow. Now, to be fair, if we're looking at this from the point of view of a newcomer, which Monster Hunter World is more geared towards, I'm sure the Barroth would have given them a lot of trouble. And hell, once they ran to the Rathian, for all I may very well know, the newcomers might have lost their shit, because for a beginner, I'm pretty sure the Rathian is quite a difficult monster. Hell, I still struggle with the Rathian sometimes. Especially the pink Rathian and the gold Rathian. Maybe that's a testament to good monster design when even a veteran of the series struggles with it. I don't know. And I should sharpen my weapon now that it's fleeing. Okay. Okay, good. Now, one interesting little note. I received a comment on one of my videos today, and I mentioned in that comment, which I'm not going to go into detail, that's the reason I don't really like history as a subject is because a certain teacher ruined the subject, at least for me, personally. I'm like, may as well explain it. Now, I am not going to use names here because, well, that's just rude. So, this happened during my 9th grade year. Also the year that I got the best teacher I've ever had. Funny how the year I got my best teacher is also the year I got my worst teacher. But anyway, so at my school, the learning support students weren't really looked upon with respect. Most people refer to them as basically retards, which honestly I disagree with. People that aren't in the learning support system just don't realize how hard.
Fighting each other? Maybe we can use this to our advantage.
But people that aren't in the learning support system don't realize how hard of a time the learning support students have. Yes, it seems like on the surface that they have an easy time because, you know, the special ed, the learning support staff do everything for them or tell them, oh, hey, this is how you do X, Y, or Z. But no, they actually don't have it easy. In fact, they have it quite hard. I mean, think about it this way. The learning support students, they learn typically at a much slower pace than pretty much everyone else, and that's why most of the time they need those learning support staff there, because again, they may not be able to pick up the information quite as quickly as the class, which I understand this. However, this particular incident, this still baffles me, like, even still baffles me, like, 5 years later. Pretty sure it's been 5 years since this happened. I don't know. Pretty sure it was like 5 or 6 years. But anyway, so I walk into my history class for the first time in 9th grade. I see that the teacher has a chalkboard in his class, which, fun little facts about me, I really don't like chalk. I don't know what it is, but that chalk bothers the hell out of me. So already I was off to a bad start because, again, I hate chalk. And the teacher did not have any sort of whiteboards or whatever in his class. So I walk into the classroom, and after just one single class with him, I noticed that he isn't particularly friendly towards the learning support students, those being two of the other students that were in the class, who, like I said, I will not mention names, because that's wrong. Now, if I had permission to share their names, that'd be a different story. But I don't even talk to them, really, so... Well, of course, I don't have the permission to speak their names. Anyway, so a couple months go by. I walk into the classroom, and in the middle of the class, in the middle of the period, mind you, actually. And keep in mind, with this schedule, my history class came right after lunch. So basically what happened was that the teacher, in front of the entire class, essentially called the learning support students that were in that class worthless. Basically calling them out and be like, oh hey, you're not ever going to get anything done in life. You're completely worthless. Don't even try, or some crap like that. So the first time this happened, I let it go. I'm like, okay, happened once, won't happen again. Couple months later, happened again. Okay, I started to get a little bit bugged, but I still didn't do anything about it. So I let it go. Then, I'm not even kidding, like a couple of weeks later, happens yet again. And I just happened to notice that the learning support staff that was in that class wasn't doing anything to stop it. So it got to the point where I was almost willing to just walk out of the classroom. But I didn't, however, and kept my cool. So after class, I went to, I forget who it was, I'm pretty sure it was like the principal or something, and reported the incident to them. Okay, where is my character? Okay, anyway. So I reported to the teacher, well, the principal. After I reported to the principal, they said that they would talk to the teacher about it. And I can't vouch about whether or not they did, because I didn't hear anything after that point. Which is to be expected, because I wished to remain anonymous. So, about another couple weeks passed by, and the learning support staff that was in the classroom confronts me. And basically is like, hey, why did you stand up for these two people when they were completely worthless? This was kind of the turning point for me personally, as far as that went. So it was at that point where I just stopped trusting learning support teachers in general. From that point on, I just couldn't trust them. I tried my hardest at points, but I just couldn't do it. Hang on, are we already HR 4? You've got to be kidding me. No. You've got to be kidding me. We can't seriously be... What? Okay then. So that's the short version of it. Why I don't really like history. After that, after I had that teacher, which thankfully I never had him again because I moved out of that school after that year. But after I had that teacher, my opinion of history in general is just horribly defected to the point of no return. To that teacher's credit, though.
Gather around, everyone. We're ready to begin. Thanks to you, we've made great strides towards understanding the tracks that have turned up across the continent. Our researchers have done some projections, and now we know where Zora Magdaros will go next. It's heading for the Great Ravine.
The Great Ravine? The huge valley out past the Wildspire?
Correct. So I have a proposition for all of you. I say we try and capture Zora once it gets there.
Have you gone mad?
Capture it? Hear me out. The ravine is the perfect terrain for staging such an event. We're not going to get a better chance than this.
Huh, I like the sound of this.
This
opportunity, it could be a decade before the next opportunity presents itself. Maybe longer.
Is it even possible?
If I said it wasn't, would that stop you?
Let's give it a go. With the Fifth supporting us, our chances are as good as ever.
Then it's settled.
Before we send the hunters out for the capture, we need to secure Astera. An Anjanath has been active in the area. Not the kind of monster you toy around with. We'll need a plan for it.
You're right. Hunters, you have your next assignment. Take care of that Anjanath. But be careful. The Anjanath is a fearsome monster. One slip-up, and you're done.
Commander, if I may, I think I have a great idea. Hunter, I could use your help. Drop by later, if you will.
Another thing. That troubling report we received. Think you could...
Right.
Good, then. Let's get this show on the road. We have an Elder Dragon to capture.
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna happen. Especially with how big most Elder Dragons are. Like, really, it's not really a good idea to try to capture an Elder Dragon.
We should probably listen to what the Chief Botanist has to say before we do anything else.
But my question is, where is he? Okay, so he's up north. Anyway, now to that teacher's credit, he actually did his job as a teacher, you know, actually teaching quite well. He may have been a terrible person, but I will fully admit he actually did his job quite well. I personally don't like him, but yeah, great teacher, not a very good person. Oh my, Anjanath is one nasty monster. You better make sure you go in doubly prepared. Now, down to business. The reason I called you over is we are having a slight problem here in botanical research and we need your skills dealing with it. You see, we're trying to develop some tools, specialized tools for hunters to be exact, something we'd like to make standard issue. But a Toby Kadachi, I think that's how you pronounce it, has been thwarting all of our attempts to collect the materials we need. Do take care of it, won't you? Here, take this. This is the first tool we've managed to complete. I hope you find it useful. There's more where that one came from. Only if we can take care of our little problem. Thank you and good luck. Oh, Gilly Mantle. Okay. Specialized tools refer to clothing and equipment that grants you unique skills. For example, using a Gilly Mantle will temporarily prevent monsters from being able to see you. Specialized tools must be equipped, then used as items for their effects to be activated. They can be used an unlimited amount of times, but have a cooldown timer after each use. You can check the effects of any specified tools you have equipped from the equipment info on this menu. Huh.
Our next assignment is to hunt a Toby Kadachi. We should be able to find it in the ancient forest.
Now, I would go off and go do a bunch of more grinding, but this is awfully early, so I'm not going to.
Hey.
I see you've gotten your hands on some specialized tools. Different specialized tools will help you out in different ways when you use them on quests. Just don't forget to equip them. You can manage them in your equipment box just like all of your other gear. Once you're out on the quest, you can use the specialized tools. Use specialized tools the same way as items. For now, the equipment you got is all we've managed to complete, but more is supposedly coming out down the line. Exciting, huh? Okay. Now, I don't think I'm going to... Actually, should I go hunt the Toby Kadachi right away? Actually, you know what? I really don't feel like hunting it with the dual blade, so I am just going to use the longsword. Because honestly, I'm more confident fighting with the longsword than I am with the dual blades. Now, that's just the thing. I don't know whether or not I should just do on-screen grinding and form the armor of, say, I believe the Gyrorattius? Gyrorattius? freaking these names. But yes, that makes 4 out of 4 monsters that aren't really that great. Why? Granted, I might be a bit biased towards this because the world is not my first Monster Hunter game, far from it. But why? Like, it just doesn't really make sense to me personally. Maybe that's just me. I'm really trying my hardest to grasp why they would make 4 actually bad monsters in a row. Maybe I'm the only one that's bothered by this, but it just, I don't get it. Okay, so forge equipment, forge armor. So Giro Ratos? I don't know. Okay, so let's forge Palico equipment. If I can speak, that would be very nice. That's just the thing. You know, let's make the feline weapon for the Barroth because that deals quite a bit more damage, I'd say. Wait a minute, can I compare by chance? Preview. No. Okay, why can't I freaking... Huh. Oh well. Let's forge the bottom part of the Barroth armor, and then for the last one, let's use the Anjanath thing. Okay. So, let us go back to the trade yard. Let's update our Palico's bottom armor because I forgot to I'm like, oh hey, let's just not freaking equip that armor we just forged, even though that's better. So I believe we can do this from any item box. I don't hang on. Okay. But no, it looks like we have to go back to our house in order to update our Palico equipment. You see the amount of trouble I get into for just trying to freaking, you know... Actually, interesting little note. The teacher I had the very next year for my sophomore year... Yeah, that is, pretty bizarre. I mean, he was a great guy. One of the personal best teachers I've ever had, if we're ability. However, and I'm not going to mention names once again because that's rude. However, my problem with him was, and keep in mind, at that school, our classes were about, I believe, like 85 minutes. Out of 85 minutes, sometimes we would have entire classes where we would get next to nothing, if anything, done. Because the teacher liked to go on tangents so much. Now, that would sound pretty strange coming from me because I love going on tangents. But it's really something that you basically have to go there yourself to really understand why it's really not a good thing. Now, let us go tackle the Toby Kadachi, I believe? Okay. And this is honestly a monster I'm actually really looking forward to fighting. I've seen its design and I've seen a little bit of its fights, and it actually looks like a lot of fun. So hopefully the trend of crappy new monsters is going to finally end. Now, keep in mind, in 4 Ultimate, for example, the first boss monster you face was the Celtes. Sure, it's not the best monster in the world, but it made a good first impression. Then right after that, we have obviously Great Jaggi, which, for any of us who've actually played Monster Hunter to any sort of extent, is a very easy monster. But it's still at least a decent introductory monster. After that, I believe, is the Kechawacha. Once again, great monster. Hell, it actually got a G rank variant or subspecies, whatever you want to call it. So that's 3 out of 3 monsters that are actually pretty fun. Gypsros. I've actually grown to like the Gypsros quite a bit. Granted, there are some things about the Gypsros that still bother me.
Your specialized tools, you'll need to equip it from the item bar.
But
they're used just like any regular item, but their effects only last for a limited amount of time. If the tool you're using stops working, don't worry. It'll recharge after a while.
But the thing is, a lot of people don't like the Gypsros, and I completely understand why. If you don't know how to fight it, it's a very annoying monster. Hell, I know that when I first fought it, I think I carded like twice before I finally killed it. But that doesn't mean it's a bad monster, it just means that it's a bit difficult. Granted, I can nowadays pretty much make the Gypsros my bitch. But for newcomers, yep, I can see where the frustration would come from. Even though I personally don't agree with it. Okay, get back here, you stupid Apatoth. Thank you very much. Now, my question is, what are the Toby Kadachi's tracks going to look like? I'm guessing that's one of them. You see, this is what I mean. This is a problem with the Scout Flies. It's very inconsistent. Like, pretty much irritatingly so. It's so inconsistent. Sometimes it'll lead you to tracks of monsters. Sometimes it'll lead you to items, some of which you don't even need. This is why, at least in my opinion, you should be able to toggle it between, oh hey, do I want to search for monster tracks or search for materials? Like I said, do not get me wrong, I think the Scout Flies are a much needed improvement over the paintball system from previous games. But the fact that you can't really determine whether or not it goes after monster tracks or, say, or random items, that really does bug me. People are obviously more than welcome to disagree with me, but that's personally how I see it. I think that's pretty irksome. If I had to say what... Oh, locked on. Okay, good. Anyway, if I had to say which early game monster that was also new left the biggest impression on me from my first fights with it, honestly, I might have to say the Tetsukabra from 4 Ultimate. I think that's actually a very well designed monster, especially for how early in the game you fight it at. Most early game monsters don't really leave a lot to be desired. Most really aren't that special. With the exception of, obviously, the Zamtrios from 4 Ultimate and the Nursula, also from 4 Ultimate. But that's just the thing. Even though I do stand by the fact that Nursula is my personal second favorite monster in the series, it wasn't the first early game monster in 4 Ultimate that was also new that left an impression on me. Like I said, that was the Tetsukabra. Personally, I think that... Hang on. What found me? Hang on. What found me? And that's just the regular battle theme for the Ancient Forest. I'm not entirely sure. Hang on. Huh. You know, I actually do like how you can just open up the map while you're climbing. I do like that. I like how you don't have to just, oh hey, I'm gonna finish climbing and then open up my map. No. That's no longer the case, which I am very happy about. Granted, opening up your map wasn't even really an option in the previous games. Actually, I'm glad that they finally gave you the option to see a fully realized scope of the map. My reaction to that is basically about damn time, guys. Wait a minute, did we just find our target? Please don't tell me we just found our target. Hang on. Okay. Oh, hello, Toby Kadachi. Like I said, I'm actually really excited to fight this thing because from what I saw of it, it actually looks like a really fun monster. Whoa. Okay, what's it doing? Oh, curse you! Not letting me freaking finish my combo. Oh well. That's kind of what monsters are supposed to do. Okay, I need to get away from that corner because being in a corner when a monster is about to pounce on you, that's not a good idea. And especially in the previous games, they used to sometimes just knock you into separate zones. Oh, crap. Okay, I need to run.
Time to try out your Gilly Mantle.
Hang on, where... And I probably shouldn't be sharpening my weapon here, but... Okay. Whoa! Okay, I need to... Thank you very much. Okay. Well, okay, thank you. Okay. And I did not expect him to land right there, which, honestly, in all frankness, I probably should have expected him to land somewhere very close to me, because that's only what makes sense in the grand scheme of things. And crap. Come on. Thank you very much for not butt slamming me. I very much appreciate not being butt slammed. And hang on, did it just... Okay, no, I thought it fled. Okay. Okay, come on. Get back here. One addition that Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate, and I believe it was carried over into Generations as well, introduced that I really wish it had returned in World was subquests. Basically, for those of you who haven't played 4 Ultimates, subquests ask you to complete a certain objective. For example, in some quests, it might ask you to topple a monster. And then once you complete that subquest, you can then end the quest automatically, but only get a small fraction of the rewards. So say, for example, if you're really struggling with a monster and you complete the subquest, bam! You can just go right ahead and, you know, end the quest without having any sort of problems. Instead of fainting 3 times and then losing all of your... Not losing the items you brought with you, not to mention getting absolutely nothing from it. I really like that, and I wish that they had done something similar to it in World. I mean, to my knowledge, I believe that the... Actually, no, wait. I don't think there are any equivalents to the... I believe that the... I don't think World has any equivalents to the... Does it? I'm trying to remember. Actually, trying to think. Does World even have anything that's the equivalent to the subquests from 4 Ultimate? I'm trying to remember. Huh. I don't think it does. Don't hold me to that. I'll definitely give the Tobi Kadachi this. It has a more complicated attack pattern than pretty much any previous monster we fought up to this point in World, which I am very glad about because I was sick and tired of having this super predictable monsters. Again, using the Tetsucabra from 4 Ultimate as an example. They know how to make a complicated early game monster. Granted, it's nowhere near as complex as, say, the Zamtrios, but you fight the Zamtrios much later than you fight the Tetsucabra. And not to mention, by that point, you will have fought, say, the Nursula, which is also, even though I personally find it a very easy monster, probably more complicated than any of the monsters we've fought so far in World. Which actually is part of the reason that I like the Nursula so much. It's a really fun, albeit very easy monster. Yes, part of the main draw of Monster Hunter is the difficulty. In some cases, anyways. Sometimes Monster Hunter really isn't that difficult, but at other times it's just as hard as any of the Souls games, if not harder. I hate to do the Souls comparison to Monster Hunter, but really, that is pretty accurate. I don't know about any of you guys, but I do see several similarities between Monster Hunter, not just Monster Hunter World, and the Souls games. At least, for example, in the Souls games and Monster Hunter games, the primary focus is on the bosses. Just like with Monster Hunter, the main focus is on the bosses. The areas and regular enemies don't take priority over the bosses, which I am very happy about because, to be honest, I'm not a fan of the majority of the Souls series' areas. I think the only areas in the Souls games I legitimately like a lot, you know, to find them actually above average, are Anor Londo from Dark Souls 1, Cainhurst Castle from Bloodborne, Drangleic Castle from Dark Souls 2, and Irithyll, the Boreal Valley from Dark Souls 3. Other than that, I can't really think of that many memorable areas from Dark Souls and from the Souls series in general. I just can't. I have tried thinking of more memorable areas than just those 5. Well, 4 actually, because I'm still playing through Demon Souls, and crap, I need to heal. No, 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 no. Get unstunned. Please get unstunned. No, 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 no. Okay, good. Okay, 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 okay. Thank you very much. Okay. So yes, unlike Monster Hunter, where it actually has quite a few memorable areas, the Souls games really don't have that many memorable areas. Like I said, for me personally, the only standout areas in the Souls games are those 4. And I can't vouch for the areas of Demon Souls because I'm still playing through that. And it's a shame too, because the Souls series really is home to some really great bosses. Some of my favorite bosses in any game. But yeah, I just no. Now, to be fair, most of the time Monster Hunter actually does early game monsters really well. I think World is the only case where I can say that there were more bad early game monsters than there were good early game monsters. 3 Ultimate, I think the early game monsters, I think that the good outweighed the bad. Even though there were some really bad early game monsters in 3 Ultimates. I'm looking at you, the Great Roggy and Great Baggy. They really had no business being there in general. I don't know, maybe it's just me. It's just, yeah, I don't see the point. Okay. Thank you very much. Okay. And I probably should run from this, but meh, whatever. Okay, come on. Let me thank you. Okay, come on. Come on. Come on. Okay, good. It's limping. Good, 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 good. Now I need to sharpen my weapon, but I mean, yes, I do need to sharpen my weapon. I may as well go after this thing and hopefully kill it. Let's hope I can kill this thing fast, because I do not want to get so close to an hour again, because literally last episode we came so close to an hour. Honestly, off screen, I think I might. Okay. Okay, I need to sharpen my weapon because this is not doing well.
Hopefully this does the trick.
Okay, good. Sharpen my weapon, which means I should now. Oh crap, he's low on stamina, which is not very good. Okay, it's good for me because, well. Okay. Come on. Okay. But anyway, as I was saying, honestly, I think I might go off screen and farm the Tobi-Kadachi to forge its weapons. It's actually whatever weapons for it exists, and the armor. Yes! Good. Okay. You know what? That was actually a really fun monster. It definitely kept me on my toes, and probably the hardest one yet. Granted, that should be expected, but yeah, it's kind of difficult to explain because, for example, in 4 Ultimate, the hardest of the early game monsters, at least for me personally, was the Tattoo Cabra. When I first started, at least. In 3 Ultimate, the hardest of the early game monsters, easily, for me, was the Kurupako. And it was like the 3rd monster you fought. So it's not all about the making monsters harder as you go. Sometimes they make some of the harder monsters near the beginning. So that makes another quest down in the bag. Good. Okay. About 3,000 zennies. That's good. Okay. The canteen has been upgraded. You can now select more ingredients. Okay. But yeah, I actually really like the Matobi Kadachi. So far, the first monster I know of in world. Actually, I think it is the only monster in the world so far that actually inflicts a blight element. And no, poison does not count as a blight because the 5 blight elements are fire, water, ice, and dragon, I believe. I think those are the 5. Fire, water, ice, dragon. Crap.
Just the awesomest.
What's the other one? Oh wait, there's only 4. Never mind. Oh my dear hunter, I could kiss you. Creepy. Thanks to you, all hunters will get to enjoy the benefits of our specialized tools. Ah, which reminds me, I planted an ancient tree seed, mostly out of curiosity, but believe it or not, this time it sprouted. They are quite peculiar in that they draw from surrounding life to grow, and perhaps a little fertilizer. I'll spare you the details. What I'm trying to say is, are these items that you use heavily? Are there items that you use heavily? Perhaps I could leverage the tree's properties and a little fertilizer to grow more of what you need. Just ask and you shall receive. Huh.
The 5th. Come see me. I've got an urgent quest.
Huh. Okay, anyway, I am going to end it off here. I am Evan Sharkowski. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.